Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to do a review and swatch on the new Carli Bybel palette, and that's not the right way, the Carli Bybel palette by BH Cosmetics. I purchased this a couple of weeks ago and I was able to use it on some of my clients for homecoming. The eyeshadows and the highlighters, I pretty much used everything. I was gonna do a makeup look with this because I assumed, apparently irrationally, that my sty would be gone by now. If you guys have never had a sty, they're like the worst things on earth, and mine don't go away. So yeah, so we're going to be doing review and swatches on this. So if you want to know how I liked it, just keep watching. Okay, so this palette is again by BH Cosmetics. And I usually don't see BH Cosmetics actually retailed in stores. I usually see them only online, but I might be wrong. It might be different in other states. But this is the first time I actually saw a BH Cosmetics palette in stores. And this palette retailed for like around $15. I believe I got mine for $14.90. So let's just round up there. And I actually thought it was gonna be more, because usually they try to like hike up the price when they know everybody, you know, wants it because it's a famous YouTuber. But this comes with 10 eyeshadows and 4 highlighters. If you can see up close, this palette is pretty warm. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 matte shades, and the rest are sparkle shades. So sparkle shades, who says sparkle shades? Anyways, the highlighters also range from light to dark. And the only highlighters I've really used so far are the first 2, just because the oh my gosh, I just like scratched my finger in the highlighter. That's disgusting. Okay, anyway, because the last 2 are more on the darker side. So if I was doing somebody's makeup that had darker skin, I would probably use one of those. But I have used the goldish highlighter as an eyeshadow. So these shadows and highlighters pretty much double. So you can use them to highlight, to contour. There's even like a grayish brown in here that you could use for your eyebrows. So this is a very versatile palette, and it comes with a mirror, which, like, let's state the obvious, like pretty much all eyeshadow palettes don't have a good mirror, and they came out with a good mirror. What up? So, going to the actual shadows themselves, as I said, there are 4 matte shades, unless I'm not counting them correctly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 matte shades actually, which is awesome because they're great for contouring inside the eyes and for crease shades, because I know a lot of people don't like to use sparkly shades on the crease of their eye. I know I don't. So the first shade is a warm vanilla. It's kind of just like a skin toned white sort of shade. I put this all over the eye after I put on eyeshadow primer just to set the eye. You could also use this as a brow bone shade if you are going for the matte brow bone look, but it's not too white, which is pretty nice because you don't want to set your eye with a white shadow and then your eye looks like you're really pale. So that is the first shade. The second shade really resembles Sin by Urban Decay. It's just a sparkly champagne color. It's more of a pinky color than like a light brown, but it's so beautiful on the skin, and you could actually use this as a highlighter as well, which I actually did this weekend. If you did see this, I put this on the wrong hand. What? Okay, the third shade is a matte shade again. It's a matte, like sable brown kind of color, but all these shadows are really velvety. This one is perfect for actually contouring the eye. Here, wait, I should start putting this on my other hand so I don't have to turn my arm like this. But that is that shade. Here, wait, I'm gonna put that on my other. So yeah, there is that shade. It's like a more muted, sort of purpley brown sort of color. It's nothing too drastic or dark, but it comes off beautifully on the eyes. Kind of she has more of the plummy shades going on around here, sort of like a plummy theme to the eyeshadows, which I personally really like for fall. The next shade is more in a gray toned pink, but it is pretty dark. If you can see there, some of them might look the same when I put them on there, but this is what it looks like on my hand. You see the difference. This one is just it's a little bit darker. I don't know if you could see from the light, but the other one has more of a light brown sort of feel, and this one is more on the pink purpley side. So there's those shades side by side right there. So the next shade is the darkest in the palette, and it is this plummy brown shade right here. And this shade is just beautiful. It kind of has cranberry tones in it, which is great for fall, and it's great to put on the outer corner of the eye, and you could even smudge it into the lash line for a pretty like purpley smoky eye effect. So it is that third one right here, right here. So as you can see, all these shadows go really well together. You could actually just use these all together for one matte eye if you really wanted. But all those three shades that are on my hand, these are all mattes. So I think that's kind of what she wanted to do, was just keep more of the purpley shades matte as transition shades or as smoky shades to smoke out the eyeshadows, and then the rest of the shadows that would be more like lid colors, she made them more sparkly, which I thought was a really good idea, considering, you know, if the palette only had, you know, dark sparkly shadows, it wouldn't be very versatile. So onto the second row right here. We have a lot of just gold toned shades, so they all kind of look the same. These are the first two. This is the first one in that palette right here. This is another more champagne-y color, not as pink as the other one, and then this is the second shade. This is more of a gold, and this is what it looks like on my arm. So that's what they look like side by side. As you see, this one is a lot more gold, and this one is just more of a champagne-y sort of brown color. Next two are more gold, bronzy, darker colors. The one is more coppery than the other, but let's swatch it. This is the first one right here. You can see it's really bronze. It really reflects off the light too, which I love. And this is the second one. This is more of a gold coppery color. This is beautiful for just a warm look. You could use this as a single color. Oh my god, I don't want to point out my middle finger, but that gold shade is a beautiful all over lid color, and you could basically use it for your whole eyeshadow. That is what it looks like on my arm. I have like 1,000 swatches on here now, but if you could see that, focus. I'm like this to my arm. Alright, the last eyeshadow we have is this matte grayish brown color. This is not as dark actually as the other one, but it's still super pigmented and velvety. All these shadows have great color payoff, which is amazing considering this palette is only $14. So that is that brown shade right there. And this one is actually also great if you want to define the crease a little bit more to your eyeshadows, or on the very lower lash line to define it. That's what I've been using that one for. So all these shades are super versatile, and you could pretty much have this palette and be good to go. You don't need extra, you know, obviously highlighters because you have them. You have your brow color, you have all of your eyeshadow color. Oh god. You have all of your eyeshadow colors in one palette, which is awesome with the mirrors. So I love that this palette is so inexpensive while being super pigmented and have great quality eyeshadows. Because I know some people don't like BH Cosmetics eyeshadows. I personally never tried them before because I never wanted to buy them online and then have to return it and ship it back if I didn't like it. But I really love Morphe shadows, so I kind of had an expectation for BH Cosmetics to be kind of like Morphe, especially since they've been around a lot longer, I think. I remember BH Cosmetics being around a long time ago, and they do pretty much the same as Morphe, like the brushes and all that, so I had high hopes for them. But now onto the highlighters, which is like legit my favorite part, and I'm going to get my highlighting brush, my fan brush right here. I'm going to show you these beautiful highlighters. Okay, so the first one is this champagne color, and oh god, do you see that? Do you see that? It's freaking beautiful. It is freaking beautiful. There we go, right there. I don't know if you guys see that. Highlighters, you really have to touch the light. It's the very last one, but I'm actually gonna apply that right now to these cheeks. Lord have mercy. Oh damn, do you guys see that right now? Do you want to cry as much as I do right now? Okay, I don't think you do. This one is the next darkest shade. This is like a gold highlight. Oh, still super beautiful. This one is like the darkest I can go on my skin, I feel like. It's the first shade on my hand. Right here, oh, do you see as that touches the light? So one thing about highlighters, they're kind of hard to swatch because you have to get them in like perfect light for them to really pop. But yes, this highlighter is just so beautiful. I put this on a girl yesterday for homecoming and yeah, it looked amazing. I put this on with like a brown smoky eye for her. This highlight is actually giving me life right now. It's actually like reviving me from the dead. Oh. Now really time to cry. Okay, for real, before we get too emotional, we have the last two in the palette, which is a gold, a really gold shadow. This one I absolutely can't wear because it is way too dark on my skin. Okay, where are you, baby? This one right, oh, this one right here. Can't see the beautifulness. It's super gold and just pretty, and I love this as an eyeshadow. Last shadow in this palette, which is great for deep skin tones, this highlighter right here. It's also perfect as an eyeshadow if you are as light and white as me, and you absolutely can't wear this dark of one, but just it's so pretty. And I really want to try this on somebody with really deep skin because this is freaking beautiful. You did also probably put this as an eyeshadow as well for more of a darker look for, again, really pale people like me. So yes, again, this palette is so beautiful. And I really recommend that you go to Ulta and go get it. I do not know if they sell it at Sephora. I don't think they do because I just worked there the other day, but go to Ulta, pick up this palette for $14, and I swear, like, this is the most beautiful thing ever. Again, please subscribe. If I didn't already say that, subscribe and comment down below, and I will be back with you guys for another video next week. Okay, love you. Bye.